Good afternoon. Welcome to the Bombasolo Softball Complex here in Bradenton, Florida. It is game number 2 of the day here on field number 2 out of 3 as we have the Manatee Impact set to take on the Manatee Sea Cows. I'm Tom Canterbury. Thank you so much for joining us here for day 16 of action here in the FGCL. On field 2, a little while ago, you saw the River Mocs knock off the Snowbirds 11-4. Field 1, we just had the Circus beat the Squeeze 12-9. And coming up next here on field 2, the Swashbucklers and the Skeeters will wrap up day 16. On field 1, it'll be the Slice and the Queens in the 2:30 window. And here is the starting lineup for the visiting team, the Manatee Impact. They are 5-8 entering today's game on a 2-game losing streak for head coach Ashley Prangy. They are in a 4-way tie for 8th place entering this noon window of play here on day 16. Leading things off, the right fielder, Mackenzie Smith. Emma Robertson, center field, batting second. Jayla Mitchell, third base, bats third. Harley Chisholm, the shortstop, will bat fourth. Batting fifth is Autumn Russell, the catcher. Batting sixth, second baseman, Kaylin Boring. Megan Towery, left field, bats seventh. Batting eighth, Brianni Bunsick, the pitcher. Cam Nolte, first base, batting ninth. And Maddie Parker, the extra hitter, will bat 10th. They're facing in the circle for the Sea Cows, the right-handed freshman, out of Marshall, Rylan Miller. Miller on the year, making her 9th appearance for the Sea Cows. Here comes the first pitch to Smith. Low for ball 1. Miller in 22 innings has an 0-2 record. She's given up 23 runs, 20 earned, 6.36 ERA, 34 hits, 14 walks, and 13 strikeouts, a 2.14 whip. For Miller on the year, as a team, the Sea Cows, through 13 games, have pitched 82 innings, given up 79 runs, 64 earned for a 5.46 team ERA, as that's bunted foul at the plate. 2 balls and a strike now on Mackenzie Smith. Smith batting .304, 7 of 23, 5 runs scored, has an RBI and a triple. 2 walks and 2 hit by pitches this summer. That's to the backstop, 3-1. As a team, the Impact, through 13 games, has scored 78 runs, has a team batting average of .332, team on-base percentage of .402. 3-1's fouled away, and the count's full, 3-2. Defensively for the Sea Cows, Morrison left, Mulligan in center, Tony in right, Nolan at third, Cochran at short, the other Tony at second, Hazard at first with Leidy catching, Rourke and Duncan, the DP and extra hitter. 89 degrees at first pitch, partly cloudy skies, not a lot of wind. A humid afternoon here in Bradenton. That's slap foul. We'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Two hopper to third. Nolan makes a stop and the throw, and it's not in time. Infield single for Mackenzie Smith, starting things off for the Impact here in the first. That brings up the center fielder, Emma Robertson. Robertson batting .250. She's 5 of 20. 3 runs scored. Pulls back the bunt. Didn't pull back the bunt in time as a strike. A double and 4 walks on the year for Robertson. Keep you up to date on the Finns and the Loggerheads once they get started. They're a little bit later getting started. They had a longer game in the 9:30 window. 3-1 now. One hopper to third. She'll throw to seconds, get one. Won't be able to turn the double play, but does get the lead runner. And there's one away with Robertson now on first. Now bring up third baseman Jayla Mitchell. Mitchell, 9 of 31 with a 290 average. Scored 10 runs, 4 RBIs with a double, and 7 walks. One knows a hopper to short. She'll step on the bag for one. And the Sea Cows turn the double play. Cochran to Hazard. And that'll do it for the Impact here in the first. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We played a half inning. Impact nothing. Sea Cows coming to bat. This is the FTCL. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Impact and the Sea Cows. And here's the starting lineup for the Manatee Sea Cows. 3-10 entering today's game. 2-game losing streak for head coach Brett Sauerwein in 14th place in the league. Leading things off is the left fielder, Ella Morris. Ellie Mulligan, center field, batting second. Mackenzie Leidy, catching, batting third. Gabby Tony, second base, batting fourth. Gracie Tony, the right fielder, bats fifth. Lexi Nolan, third base, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Ava Hazard, the first baseman. Taylor Cochran, shortstop, bats eighth. Batting ninth, Sharon Duncan, and she's the extra hitter, and Grace Schwartz, the designated player, will bat 10th. Facing in the circle for the Impact, right-handed freshman out of Western Carolina, Brianni Bunsick. Bunsick making her 7th appearance for the Impact this season. She spit 16 and 2/3 innings with a 1-0 record, 7 runs allowed, 6 earned, a 2.52 ERA. That bunt is foul. 21 hits, 16 strikeouts to 7 walks, 168 the whip. As a team, the Impact, through 13 games, have pitched 82 innings with a team ERA of 6.49. Morris, 1 of 21 here in the FGCL. Fouls that one off. 2 runs scored with an RBI. Has 6 walks and hit by pitch. 286 the on-base percentage. Trying to get things started here for the Sea Cows and for herself. Bottom of the first inning. Little outside. The count's full, 3-2. The defensive alignment for the Impact: Towery in left, Robertson in center, Smith in right, Mitchell at third, Chisholm at short, Boring at second, with Nolte at first, Russell catching, and Parker the DP. And that's a walk. To bring up the center fielder, Ellie Mulligan. Mulligan, 9 of 28, batting .321, 6 runs scored, 3 runs driven in with a double, and 4 walks. That is a foul ball. Impact yesterday dropped a 9-8 decision to the Skeeters. Sea Cows were walked off by the Slice 6-3. In a game the Sea Cows led for pretty much the entire game, and it was a walk-off grand slam for the Slice to win that one 6-3. Coming up tomorrow, Impact have the rodeo at noon on Field 1. Sea Cows have an off day. We're into the final week of regular season play here in the FGCL. Everyone has Saturday and Sunday off for the 4th and 5th of July. Regular season will come to a close on Tuesday of next week. That's a ground ball to deep short. The long throw is not going to be in time, and that's an infield single for Ellie Mulligan. Runners now on first and second with nobody out for the Sea Cows. Now bring up the catcher, Mackenzie Leidy. Leidy, 8 of 28. Batting .286, 3 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, has 2 home runs and 3 doubles, along with 2 walks and hit by pitch. First pitch is a strike. All-Star game a week from today. The single elimination playoffs get underway a week from tomorrow. Everyone makes it. Championship next Saturday. That's well hit to deep left field. That one's back and off the wall. Rounding third is Morris. She will score. Sliding in safely at third is Mulligan, and that's an RBI double for Mackenzie Leidy, and the Sea Cows have taken a 1-0 lead. Millie Watts now courtesy running on second base for Leidy. And the first pitch to Gabby Tony is fouled away for strike 1. Gabby Tony is 8 of 30, batting .267 with 5 runs scored, 5 runs driven in, a homer, a double, and 6 walks. .389 the on-base percentage for Tony. As the Sea Cows look to try to put up a crooked number. They have runners on second and third with nobody out here in the home half of the first. They've already scored one on an RBI double by Mackenzie Leidy. Going over the up-to-date standings for this noon window. On day 16 of FGCL play, the Slice are in first place. They're 11-2. With the Swashbucklers and now the River Mocs tied for second at 10-3. Squeeze are in fourth at 9-4. Fins and Rodeo tied for fifth at 7-6. Circus at 6-8. They're by themselves in seventh. The four-way tie in eighth at 5-8 are the Impact, Aquanauts, Queens, and Skeeters. Snowbirds now 5-9 in 12th. Loggerheads at 4-9 in 13th, and Sea Cows in 14th at 3-10. As we talk about, the league leading Slice had to walk off these Sea Cows yesterday. The motto in the FGCL: anyone can beat anyone and no lead is safe. 2-1. Called strike. And that's a walk. Now the bases are loaded. There's still nobody out here in the first inning. Now bring up Gracie Tony. Batting average 143. She's 4 of 28. 3 runs scored with an RBI and a walk so far here in FGCL play. Swing and a miss, strike one. The 0-2 comes in high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now it's popped up. Russell behind home plate. Never saw it. Another 1-2's another foul ball. That's just foul down the first base line. We'll do it again. A ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Sea Cows trying to add to the 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Another 1-2, another foul ball. Another foul ball. Quite a battle here between Gracie Tony and Brianni Bunsick. Walk, single, double walk so far for the Sea Cows here with a run scored. Yet another foul ball. Right into your living room. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bunsick comes high and in to get Tony for the first out of the inning after a very extended at-bat. So 1 out now, bases still loaded for the third baseman, Lexi Nolan. Nolan with a 154 average, 4 of 26 with a run scored. An RBI, has a double, and 4 walks here this summer. Two 2-0. It's fouled away, 2-1. It's inside, 3 balls and a strike. Another extended at bat. Buncic up over 40 pitches here in this first inning. Buncic asked for time to get her hand dry. Three-two is again fouled off. Swing and a miss, strike three. Buncic, another strikeout on another extended at bat. And there's two out. So a chance now for the Impact to get out of this inning. When the Sea Cows scored a run and had the bases loaded with nobody out with just the one run. But Ava Hazard is going to try to stop that from happening. First pitch to Ava Hazard. Inside for ball one. Hazard 9 of 28, batting .321, 2 runs scored with an RBI, 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches on the year. Fouled off on the check swing, 1-1. Inside in the dirt, nice block by Russell behind the plate. Oh, that came in and that got Hazard on the knee. And she'll head down to first with the RBI hit by pitch. Well, a painful run driven in for Hazard. And I believe we're going to get a pinch runner for Hazard, who took that one right on the knee. She could have saved the game, she says, but now they are going to do a courtesy runner. So Allie Bunch will run for Hazard. Base is still loaded. It's now 2-0 with 2 outs. And Taylor Cochran, the batter. Cochran, 5 of 26, batting .192 with 5 runs scored, 4 runs driven in, has a couple of doubles and a couple of walks here this summer. First pitch swung on and missed, 4 strike 1. Ground ball to third. That is a foul ball. Mitchell grabbed it, but in foul territory. 2 balls and a strike now on Cochran. That's fouled away. Just out of the reach of Nolte at first. Another 3-2 from Bunsick. It's high for ball 4. So the RBI walk brings home Watts. Bases are still loaded. There's still 2 outs. It's now 3-0. Sea Cows with the lead. And that brings up Sharon Duncan. Duncan is 8 of 27 with a 296 average. 4 runs scored, 3 runs driven in with 2 doubles and 4 walks here in FGCL play. Impact just trying to find an out somewhere. Fly ball, shallow center, charging in, calling everyone off is Robertson. She'll make the catch for out number 3 to retire the side. But the Sea Cows strike first here in the bottom of the first inning. 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 left. We played an inning. Sea Cows lead at 3-0. This is the FGCL. We head to the top of the second inning, 3-0 Sea Cows. Harley Chisholm leading things off for the Impact here in the second. Rylan Miller back out in the circle for the Sea Cows. And she just watched her offense bat for over a half hour. They did score 3 runs, left the bases loaded. That gave her a lead. Chisholm on the year, 19 of 36. 528 the batting average. 11 runs scored, 7 runs driven in with 3 doubles, 3 walks and hit by pitch. LBP at 575. Rylan Miller in the circle, freshman in 2026, out of Marshall from Fayetteville, North Carolina. For the Thundering Herd this past year, pitched 6 1/3 innings with a 4.42 ERA, 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 9 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Got an 0-1, a 1-0 record. That's a fly ball to the left. Morris is there. She'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. That brings up the catcher, Autumn Russell. Russell batting .320, 8 of 25. 5 runs scored, 6 RBIs with a home run, 2 doubles, and 4 walks here this summer. That will be a fair ball down the right field line. Rounding first is Russell. She will stay at second. And the Impact catcher with the extra base hit. Now Chisholm will come out to courtesy run for Russell. And Kaylin Boring the batter. 1 out runner on second. Impact trying to answer the 3 runs from the Sea Cows in the bottom of the first. First pitch is high for ball 1 to Kaylin Boring. Boring 3 of 16. 188 the average. 4 runs scored with 2 RBIs. Has a double. 6 walks. A hit by pitch and a sac fly on the season. And the count here 2-0. They threw back behind Chisholm at second, but back in time. That's outside for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk for Boring. Puts runners on first and second with 1 away. For the left fielder, Megan Towery. Towery with a 4.24 average, 14 of 33, 10 runs scored, 16 driven in, 2 homers, a double, and 2 walks. Fly ball to right. Tony will circle to make the catch. The tag from second. Chisholm will be safe at third. With the fly out. Puts runners now on the corners with 2 away. And now the pitcher, Brianna Bunsick, will step in. Trying to help her own cause here. First pitch swinging, and that's a liner to left. That's going to fall past the diving Morris. 1 run will come in to score. Boring will round third, stumbling a bit. Now here comes Bunsick. She will score as well. And that is a 3-run inside the park home run for Brianni Bunsick. And we're tied up at 3. Boring hesitated a little bit coming around third, but had to keep going because Bunsick was right on her heels. And the diving attempt by Morris proves costly. She wasn't able to make the catch. The ball got by her, and we're tied up at 3. First pitch to Maddie Parker, or excuse me, to Cam Nolte, fouled away for strike 1. Nolte 11 of 29, batting .379, 5 runs scored, 8 RBIs with 2 doubles, and a hit by pitch. Ooh, 1-2 right back at her. And a line drive single for Cam Nolte. We'll make sure that Miller is all right. I think that kind of might have hit her side and just kind of rolled off it as it went into center field. She says she's all right. Now Maddie Parker, the batter. First pitch is a called strike. Parker is 8 of 29, batting .276, 6 runs scored, 9 RBIs, 3 home runs, 2 walks, and hit by pitch. Ground ball to short, and that will get past Cochran. That'll be an E6. So runners now on first and second with 2 outs for Mackenzie Smith. First pitch swung on a miss for strike 1. Smith singled her first time up. Smith, a freshman at Indian River State this past season in the transfer portal from St. Bonifacius, Minnesota. For Indian River, batted .313, 20 of 64 with 22 RBIs last year. Had a home run, 3 triples, 7 doubles, and scored 15 runs. Pulled back the bunt. They threw down to second. She's back in time. Unable to track it down in foul territory is Nolan on that pop-up. Payoff pitch is slapped to third. Nolan knocks it down and will not have a play. That'll be an infield single. Smith now 2 for 2. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Impact has already answered the 3 that the Sea scored in the bottom of the first, and now looking to take the lead with Emil Robertson at the plate. Robertson with a fly ball, foul ground, left-hand side. It will get out of play for strike 1. Robertson reached on the fielder's choice for first time up. Junior at Winthrop in 2026. Batted .231 for the Eagles, 25 and 108. Six RBIs, had a couple triples, and 21 runs scored for Winthrop this past year. Stole 10 bases. Ground ball at the middle, that's through for a base hit. One run will come in to score. Here comes Parker. She will score as well. And the Impact take the 5-3 lead. Well, that's a 2 RBI single for Robertson. Reaching second on the throw, you have Nolte scoring, as well as Parker. And Smith reaches third. So now the 10th batter of the inning, Jayla Mitchell, steps in. First pitch is a strike. Mitchell, a freshman at Memphis in 2026, has entered the transfer portal from just down the road in Land O'Lakes, Florida. Batted .200 for Memphis, 6 of 30, 2 RBIs, and 5 runs scored. Fouled away. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one's skied to shallow center. Charging in is Mulligan. She'll make the catch for out number 3 to retire the side. But it was a big inning for the Impact as they get 5 runs. On 5 hits, there was 1 error and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the second. 5-3, Impact with the lead. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Impact with a 5-3 lead over the Sea Cows. Grace Rourke leading things off for the Sea Cows here in the second. Brownie Bunsek now pitching with a lead. First pitch. High for ball one. Rourke is 2 of 11, batting 182 with a run scored and an RBI. 4 walks. As Sea Cows tried to answer back after the Impact scored 5 in the top of the second. As including a 3-run inside the park home run by the pitcher, Brianni Bunsek, the freshman at Western Carolina. Two-way player for the Catamounts. Was on the all-freshman team in the SoCon in 2026. That's a walk. Bunsek at Western Carolina had a 5.95 ERA and 82 and a third innings pitched. 125 hits, 82 runs, 70 earned with 35 walks, 36 strikeouts, and a 7-6 record for Western Carolina. And we'll have a pinch runner, Millie Watts, back out to run this time for Grace Rourke. Ella Morris now the batter. She walked and scored her first time. Fouled away for strike one. Morris, a sophomore at Mercer in 2026, where she transferred from Rhode Island, from Evans, Georgia. Scored 5 runs and was 1 for 19 for the Bears this past year. That's fouled away. Two balls and 2 strikes now. That slap foul. Another foul ball. I think whatever the FGCL record is for foul balls, we've broken it. As we've reached an hour in this game and we're in the bottom of the second inning. Check swing to third. Charging and throw. Nice throw by Mitchell. Nice stretch by Nolte. And there's one away. Watts the second. There's one gone. Now bring up the center fielder, Ellie Mulligan. Mulligan singled and scored her first time. Mulligan, a junior at Delaware in 2026 from Midlothian, Virginia. At Delaware, batted 172, 11 of 64 with 7 RBIs, 3 home runs with 8 runs scored, 257 the on-base percentage. Fouled that one off. That's fouled off at the plate. Staying alive at 1-2. Over on field 1, it's 4-0. Loggerheads over the Finns. They're in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got her with a changeup. And there's 2 away. So 2-out runner on second now for the catcher, Mackenzie Leidy, who doubled, drove in a run, and her pinch runner scored back in the first inning. Leidy, a freshman at FGCU in 2026, entered the transfer portal and is headed to FAU from Naples, Florida. For FGCU, her freshman year, she batted .279, 36 of 129 with 33 RBIs, had 7 home runs, 8 doubles, 19 runs scored, and had a .351 OBP. Lined and caught at third. Great play by Jayla Mitchell to end the inning and keep the Sea Cows from responding. Here in the bottom of the second, No runs, no hits, no errors, and one left. We've played two. It's 5-3 Impact. This is the FTCL. We headed the third inning, 5-3. Impact with the lead. 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 2 left for the Impact. 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left for the Sea Cows. Harley Chisholm to lead things off here in the third for the Impact, just as she did in the second. It was a 5-run, 10-batter inning for the Impact in the second inning. Chisholm started off that inning with a flyout. First pitch. Inside for ball 1. Barely avoids getting hit. Chisholm, a freshman at Florida State, where she redshirted this past season from Rutherford, Oklahoma, was the number 17 overall recruit in the nation, according to Softball America. Takes that one on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Fly ball to right field on the run, and a sliding catch made by Tony for out number 1. Now bring up the catcher, Autumn Russell, who doubled in the second inning and came around to score, did her pinch runner, Harley Chisholm. First pitch is high for ball 1. Russell, a teammate of Brianni Bunsick at Western Carolina, a freshman in 2026 from Blue Ridge, Virginia. Batted 170 for the Catamounts, 8 of 47 with 4 RBIs, had a home run, a couple of doubles, and 3 runs scored. And that's ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Russell. We'll bring up Kaylin Boring, who walked and scored her first time. Coming up next here on Field 2, the Swashbucklers and the Skeeters will wrap up our 3-game day. 2:30, the scheduled first pitch. Slice and the Queens will be over on Field 1. And Chisholm now, courtesy running again on first for Russell. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Boring down on strikes. That's the first strikeout of the day by Rylan Miller. And 2 outs now with the runner on first for Megan Towery, who had a fly out her first time. Runner goes. The pitch is high, and the throw down hit Chisholm. She's safely on second, and everyone's going to check to make sure she's all right. She is, as the stolen base for the Seminole. Runner now on second. Towery, a junior at Belmont this past season. Transferred to Belmont from Wofford. Fly ball to deep second. Tony will call everyone off to make the catch for out number 3 to retire the side. For the Impact here in the third, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Impact still leads at 5-3. This is the FGCL. Gabby Tony leading things off for the Sea Cows here in the bottom of the third. They trail 5-3. Brianni Bunsick in the circle for the third straight inning for the Impact. Gave up 3 in the first inning, but held the Sea Cows scoreless in the second, trying to hold on to the 2-run lead. Tony walked her first time. Held off on the check swing there. Tony, a sophomore at Washington in 2026, where she batted .230 for the Huskies this past year. 14 of 61 with 15 RBIs. 6 home runs with a triple, a couple of doubles, and 18 runs scored. In 2025 was an NFCA All-America Scholar Athlete. A high school and now college teammate with her sister Gracie. Gracie on deck. And the foul ball parade continues. Another foul ball. Over on field 2, they're now in the top of the 4th inning. Loggerheads with a 5-2 lead over the Finns. That's lifted to shallow left over the Chisholm's glove into left field, and that's a leadoff single for Gabby Tony. She's now reached base twice today. And that'll bring up her sister, Gracie Tony. Tony struck out her first time up. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Gracie Tony, a sophomore at Portland State in 2026. Grounds that to third. They throw to second for 1. And that's dug out, but not in time to get Gracie Tony at first, so that'll be a fielder's choice. Erasing Gabby Tony, and Gracie Tony reaches. So 1 out now with a runner on first for the third baseman, Lexi Nolan. Nolan, a freshman at Bowling Green from Scottsdale, Arizona. Swung on and missed, 1-1. Got a couple at bats for the Falcons this past year, went 0-2. Foul that one away. An interesting Bowling Green connection for her is that even though she's from Arizona, her first club ball coach in Arizona also went to Bowling Green. That's line, and that's fair down the left field line. Tony will stay at second. The second hit of the inning puts runners now on first and second and 1 away for the Sea Cows. And they'll bring up Ava Hazard, who had an RBI hit by pitch her first time up. Hazard, a redshirt freshman at Eastern Kentucky this past season, where she transferred from Marshall. First pitch is lined back to the pitcher, and she will double the runner off first. To end the inning, no one too far off the first base bag. Bunsick made the catch and the throw to retire the side. For the Sea Cows here in the third, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. We played 3. It's 5-3 Impact. This is the FTCL. Brianni Bunsick leading things off for the Impact here in the fourth. Impact with a 5-3 lead. First pitch to Bunsick is a called strike. Bunsick with a 3-run inside the park home run her last time up. at the plate for Western Carolina this past year was 3 of 29, with 7 RBIs, a double, and 3 runs scored. Ground ball, slow roller to second. The throw is in time from Tony to get Buncic for out number 1. No balls, 2 strikes now. The 0-2 is a blooper that's going to fall for a base hit into left field. So no conventional 1-2-3 inning for the Sea Cows, as Parker gets a 2-out single. And that will bring up top of the order Mackenzie Smith, who's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles on the day. First pitch is a strike. And that's going to go opposite way through for a base knock. So back-to-back 2-out singles for the Impact. We'll bring up the center fielder, Emma Robertson. And that's to the backstop. So the wild pitch will put both runners in a scoring position. Robertson is 1 for 2, a 2 RBI single in the second, fielder's choice in the first. And that one's lifted to center. Mulligan will track it down, make the catch for out number 3 to strand 2 runners for the Impact here in the fourth. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the fourth, 5-3 Impact. This is the FGCL. Taylor Cochran leading things off for the Sea Cows, and she grounds out to second for the first out of the inning. And they'll bring up Sharon Duncan. She's 0 for 1 with a fly out. Impact lead at 5-3. Sea Cows, after having the 3-run lead in the bottom of the first, gave up 5 in the top of the second. And that's where we stand here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Duncan, a junior at Eastern Kentucky from Placentia, California. That's going to get out of play, foul. For Eastern Kentucky this past season, batted .294, 15 of 51 with 13 RBIs, had a homer, 3 doubles, and 8 runs scored. Duncan, a high school teammate of Hannah Core of Nebraska and currently a member of the Florida Vibe. Ground ball to short. Chisholm makes a stop. The throw is wild, but I believe Duncan would have beat it out anyway, so that'll be an infield hit. Smart job by Nolte to come off the bag to make the catch. So the single for Duncan will now bring up Grace Rourke, who walked her first time up. First pitch misses for ball 1. Rourke, a junior at Mercer in 2026 from Frederick, Maryland. Was a All-Star in 2025 here in the FGCL, playing with the Skeeters. Is a PO for Mercer, getting some at-bats here in the FGCL. Ground ball to short. They'll throw to second to get 1, and won't be able to try to turn the double play, but does get the lead runner. Rourke reaches on the fielder's choice. So now a 2-out runner on first, back to the top of the order. Nella Morris, who walked and scored in the first, grounded out in the second. Blocked up for ball 1. We were enjoying some cloud cover, but that has disappeared. Raising the temperature here. Two-0 is low. 3 balls, no strikes. Three-0 is low for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk issued to Morris. Put runners now on first and second with 2 out. for Ellie Mulligan. Mulligan 1 for 2, a single with a run scored in the first, a strikeout in the second. Line foul. That's to the backstop. Works safe at third. And the wild pitch, but both runners in the scoring position. Mulligan about to set back in with a 3-1 count. And that one's driven to deep center field. Way back. Way gone. Ellie Mulligan with a absolute no-doubter to straightaway center field gives the Sea Cows the 6-5 lead. For Mulligan, that is her first home run of the summer and doubles her RBI total. She now has 6. And that is as a team, the 5th home run of the FGCL season for the Sea Cows, and it was a big one. Gives them the 6-5 lead, and now Mackenzie Leidy is the batter. 1 for 2 with an RBI double and a run scored on the day. The run was scored by her courtesy runner back in the first inning. And that one's lined to left field. That's up against the wall. And the throw gets away, which will allow Leidy to reach second. So a single for Leidy and an E7 on the throw. And the inning continues here for the Sea Cows. Ella Morris is going to run for Leidy as a courtesy. And Gabby Tony will be the batter. First pitch misses for ball one. Tony, 1 for 1, walked in the first and singled in the third. That's to the backstop. Another wild pitch puts a runner now on third base. Two O's called strike, 2-1. High and away, ball 4. So Gabby Tony reaches base for the third time today. And now we will see a pitching change for the Impact, as Jersey McDonald will enter the game, replacing Brianni Bunsick. So Bunsick goes 3 2/3. Gave up 7 hits. 6 runs that are all earned. She is responsible for the runners on base, I should say. Bunsick walked 6 and struck out 3. For McDonald, this is her 6th appearance in the circle for the Impact. She's pitched 15 in the third innings with an 0-3 record. 31 runs allowed, 14 have been earned for a 6.39 ERA. 33 hits, 6 strikeouts to 10 walks. And she will come in to try to keep the Sea Cows where they are. They've scored 3 in the inning off a 3-run homer by Ellie Mulligan, and they have runners on the corners with 2 outs, with Gracie Tony at the plate. Tony is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fielder's choice. We're here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch. Now they got the runner in a rundown, but sliding in before the tag is applied is Morris. So the run does count. So that's a stolen base for Ella Morris. And a caught stealing for Gabby Tony. So for the Sea Cows here in the 4th inning, they get 4 runs On 3 hits. There were no errors and nobody left. We head to the 5th. 7-5. Sea Cows with the lead. This is the FGCL. We head to the 5th inning. 7-5 Sea Cows. Jayla Mitchell leading things off for the Impact here in the 5th. First pitch swung on a miss for strike 1. Mitchell's 0 for 2, grounded into a double play in the first and had a fly out in the second. Rylan Miller back out now for her 5th inning of work for the Sea Cows. She's given up 5 runs, 3 earned. On 8 hits through 4 innings. One strikeout and 2 walks. That's going to be a base hit for Jayla Mitchell. Past diving shortstop and third baseman. So a seeing eye single for Mitchell gets things started for the Impact here in the 5th. And that'll bring up Harley Chisholm. She's 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. New defensive alignment for the Sea Cows. Mulligan now in left, Morrison center, Tony in right, Cochran at third, Watts at short, Enda at second, Nolan at first with Reeves catching. And that's a walk issued to Chisholm, and now runners are on first and second with nobody out, and the Impact trying to answer back here in the 5th. With Autumn Russell the batter. Russell is 1 for 1, doubled in the second, walked in the third. Her pinch runner came around to score in the second inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Miller asks for a new softball. The 0-2 is just a bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's to the backstop. Pass ball moves runners to second and third. And that's ball 4. Base is now loaded with nobody out for the impact. And that's going to bring about a change in the circle for the Sea Cows. So Rylan Miller goes 4 innings. Gave up 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. She is responsible for all 3 runners on base. She walked 4 and had 1 strikeout. And the new pitcher for the Sea Cows is Grace Rourke. For the Sea Cows this season, Rourke is making her 7th appearance. She's pitched 21 and 2/3 innings with a 1-1 record. 19 runs allowed, 14 have been earned for a 4.52 ERA. 27 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 7 walks. And she comes in here in a jam. Bases loaded, nobody out. Sea Cows lead it by 2, but the Impact looking to immediately respond here in the top of the 5th inning. Kaylin Boring will be the batter. She is 0 for 1, walked and scored in the second, struck out in the third. So now the Mercer Bear, Grace Rourke, will toe the rubber. The infield is playing in. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Ground ball to second. They'll throw home and get the lead runner. And made the stop in the throw. There's one away. So Boring reaches on the fielder's choice. Base is still loaded. There's now 1 out. For Megan Towery. Towery's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a pop out. So you now have Chisholm on third. Russell on second with Boring on first. The 2-0. Right back up the middle, through for a base hit. Chisholm will score. Russell will hold at third as the throw came in from center field. Good throw by Morris, but that's an RBI single for Megan Towery. And it's now 7-6 Sea Cows. Now Brianni Bunsick, who's moved to the DP spot, will bat. 1 for 2, had a 3-run inside the park home run in the second inning. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Russell on third, Boring on second, Towery now on first. And Bunsick lifts this one to left. Mulligan is there. She'll make the catch. And a throw in is a good one, keeping the runner at third. So a huge, unproductive out for the second out of the inning, if you're a Sea Cow. And Chisholm now will come out to run on third for Russell for the third time today. Cam Nolte at the plate, 1 for 2. Single and scored in the second, grounded out in the fourth. First pitch just misses for ball 1. That's grounded foul down third baseline, 1-1. That's popped up. Foul ground back behind home plate. And the catch is made by Reeves for out number 3. So the Impact score a run here in the 5th, but load the bases and leave them loaded. 1 run on 2 hits. There are no errors and 3 left. We stretch here on field 1. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 7-6. Sea Cows with lead. This is the FDCL. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Sea Cows holding on to a 7-6 lead over the Impact. The final line for Ryland Miller in the circle for the Sea Cows. She went 4 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, with 4 walks and a strikeout. And she currently is lined for the win. Bunsick's final line, 3 2/3, 7 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts. She is in line for the loss as it stands right now, but more softball yet to be played. Allie Bunch leading things off for the Sea Cows, getting her first at-bat of the day. Bunch 3 of 18, betting 167. 2 runs scored with an RBI and a couple of walks here in FGCL play. Facing Jersey McDonald, back out now for her first full inning of relief. And that's in the dirt for ball 4. So Bunch draws the leadoff walk here to start things off here in the 5th. And that brings up Lexi Nolan, who is 1 for 2 with a strikeout in the first inning and a single in the 3rd. Again, coming up next here on Field 2, the Swashbucklers and the Skeeters will wrap up day number 16. That was scheduled for a 2:30 first pitch. That'll be pushed back a little bit. 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. That one will happen. There in the top of the 6th, over on Field 1, the Loggerheads with an 11-6 lead over the Finns. They had a 4th inning where both teams scored 6 runs. Loggerheads had a 5-0 lead. Finns took a 6-5 lead, and then the Loggerheads scored 6 themselves in the bottom of the 4th to lead it now 11-6. So the matchup between the Slice and the Queens, which will wrap up day number 16 over on Field 1, will also be a little late getting started. And that drops in for a called strike 3. Nolan is retired. There's one gone here in the 5th. And that will bring up the first baseman, Ava Hazard. 0 for 1, had an RBI hit by pitch in the first and lined into a double play in the 3rd. One O's back to the pitcher. McDonald knocks it down, and Hazard will win the race to first base, and that's going to be an infield single for Ava Hazard. Almost worked out perfectly for the impact, but ball just a little bit too far away from the first base bag when Nolte grabbed it. First pitch to Taylor Cochran is down for a base hit into center field, and now the Sea Cows in business once again with the bases loaded, 1 away. Millie Watts getting her first at-bat of the game in a big spot. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1-1 the count now on her. Watts is 7 of 27 with a .259 average. Three runs scored, 4 runs driven in with 3 doubles and 3 walks here in FGCL play. 3-0. Floats in for a called strike, and the count's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Ground ball to deep short. The stop made. The throw to second's not going to be in time. Infield single for Millie Watts. Tony scores, and it is now 8-6. First pitch to the now pitcher, Grace Work, misses for ball 1. Work is 0 for 1. Walked in the second, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored in the 4th. Changeup floats in on the inside corner for the called strike. 2-1. Soft roller to second. They will throw to second for 1. Chisholm at short, excuse me, will throw to second for 1 to get the runner, but coming in to score is Hazard. And the RBI fielder's choice makes it now 9-6. And Bunch will go out to run for Rourke on first. First pitch to Ella Morris is a strike. Bases, or runners on first and third, I should say. Morris is 0 for 1. 2 walks with 2 runs scored. Ground ball to first, and Nolte unable to make the stop. So Morris reaches on the air. No RBI. Cochran will score. And it's now 10-6. And now Ellie Mulligan at the plate. First pitch sure is a called strike. Mulligan 2 for 3. Singled, scored in the first, struck out in the second, and hit a 3-run bomb in the 4th. That's just foul. No balls and 2 strikes. That's a blooper that will be caught into right field by Smith for out number 3 to retire the side. But the Sea Cows add to their lead here in the 5th as they get 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 2 left. We head to the sixth inning, 10-6. Sea Cows with a lead. This is the FGCL. Ten-6 Sea Cows as we head to the top of the sixth inning. New batter for the Impact to start things off. Brianna Santangelo now at the plate. Santangelo, 8 of 23 on the year, batting .348 with 4 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, has a couple of doubles, 5 walks here in the FGCL. The first year at Columbia this past year from Red Bank, New Jersey. Grounds this one to short, gloved by Watts, and the throw is not caught. So that'll be an E3. Throw from Watts was good, but catch not made, and that will allow the runner to reach for Mackenzie Smith, who is 3 for 3 on the day with 3 singles. First pitch is a strike. Slapped at a miss for strike 3. Smith retired for the first time today. One out. That brings up the center fielder, Emma Robertson. Robertson 1 for 3, a 2 RBI single back in the second. One hopper back to the pitcher, throws to second for 1. Won't be able to turn the double play, but fielder's choice erases the lead runner. There's 2 away. So 2 out now, runner on first. For Jayla Mitchell, who is 1 for 3, grounded in double play in the first, a fly out in the second, and a single in the 5th inning. Runner goes. It's a called strike. The throw down, not in time. Stolen base for Robertson. One's the count on Mitchell. That's popped foul. It'll get out of play. Ground ball to third, charging in, making the stop, and the throw not in time. Is Cochran. And the infield single for Jalen Mitchell now puts runners on the corners with 2 outs. Harley Chisholm's the batter, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored on the day. First pitch right in there for a called strike, and stealing second without a throw will be Mitchell. Chisholm liner, and that's going to get over the second baseman's glove into right field. 1 run will score. Here comes Mitchell. And she is safe at the plate. Slid around the tag, did Mitchell. And it's now 10 to 8. So that'll be a 2 RBI single for Chisholm, taking second on the throw. Robertson and Mitchell score. And Autumn Russell at the plate. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Russell's reached base 3 times, doubled in the second, walked in both the third and the fifth. Her courtesy runner scored in the second. Ground ball to second. And is there to make that stop. And the throw is in time for out number 3 to end the inning. But the Impact cut the lead in half here in the 6th. They get 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Now 10-8. Sea Cows with a lead. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sea Cows looking for some more insurance before the Impact will have a chance to bat in the 7th inning. Sea Cows lead it 10-8. Quinn Reeves getting her first at-bat of the day for the Sea Cows to start things off here in the 5th. Facing Jersey McDonald in the circle for the Impact. Reeves is 5 of 26, batting .192 with 3 runs scored, 4 runs driven in as a homer, a double, and 2 walks so far here in FGCL play. And draws a 4-pitch walk to start things off here in the 6th. And now, Diana Adna is the batter. First pitch swung on a miss for strike 1. Anda is 6 of 20, batting .300, 1 run scored, 2 RBIs with a hit by pitch. That's outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Over on field 1, they're in the top of the 7th now with the Loggerheads leading 11-8 over the Finns. That's fouled away. Anda with a fly ball to center. Robertson will range over to make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Allie Bunch. She walked and scored back in the 5th inning. It's too far inside, 2-1. Ground ball to second. Throwing to second for 1. Won't be able to turn the double play, but fielder's choice erases the lead runner. There's 2-way. I'll bring up Lexi Nolan. 1 for 3 with a single. First pitch fouled off at the plate for strike 1. Nolan struck out in the 1st and the 5th, but had that single in the 3rd. Change up buckles and needs 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. One in the dirt. They will have to throw down to get the out and retire the side. For the Sea Cows here in the sixth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one runner left. We head to the seventh inning, the last chance for the impact. Sea Cows lead at 10-8. This is the FGCL.
So does Neon Lexi just become a
We head to the seventh inning, the last chance for the impact. Sea Cows with a 10-8 lead. Kalen Boring leading things off for the impact here in the seventh. Grace Work back out in the circle for the Sea Cows, trying to finish this one off. Boring grounds this one to second, and is there, makes a throw to Ava Hazard back out at first base. One pitch, one out here in the seventh. Mentioned it earlier, yesterday against the Slice, Sea Cows had a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the seventh inning, and the Slice walked it off with a grand slam. Trying to exercise those demons right here. Megan Towery at the plate. First pitch to her is high for ball one. Towery 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the fifth. Ground ball through. Hard hit shot back up the middle. Second of the day for Megan Towery, and that will bring the tying run to the plate for the impact here in the top of the seventh inning. And Brianni Bunsick will be the batter. Hit a 3-run inside the park home run in the second inning. A ground out in the fourth and the fifth. First pitch is a strike. Bunsick trying to get herself off the hook for the loss in the circle today. That's fouled away. The 0-2 is grounded foul. That's a slow roller. Adna will collect it and just eat it. So an infield single puts runners now on first and second with one away. And the impact now with the tying run on base and the go-ahead run at the plate. Cam Nolte is the batter, 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored back in the second. First pitch is fouled away. We have a final on field one. The Loggerheads hold on to defeat the Finns 11-8. Slice and the Queens coming up. Swing and a miss. Remember, these two teams coming up tomorrow. Impact take on the Rodeo at noon on field one. Sea Cows are off tomorrow. They next play against the Skeeters at 2:30 on Friday. Rourke looks in, another 0-2. That's in the dirt. Nice block by Reeves behind home plate. That's well hit to center field, but charging in and a diving catch made by Morris. She gets it in. A runner tags from second to third. There's now two away, and Ella Morris with a tremendous diving catch keeps the Sea Cows with the lead. And Brianna Santangelo, the last chance for the Impact. First pitch just misses for ball one. Santangelo reached on error her first time up. Called strike, 1-1. Back up the middle, Rourke knocks it down. The throw is not in time to get Santangelo. Runner takes third. And the Impact stays alive. That's an infield single for Santangelo. It's 10-9, and the tying run is now on third. First pitch is a chopper, a leaping grab by Cochran at third. The throw is in time, and the Sea Cows defense hold on and win by a final score of 10-9. Mackenzie Smith with a high chopper to third. Cochran at third base. Leaping grab makes the throw for out number 3 to end it. For the Impact here in the 7th inning, they get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. And 2 runners left. Your final score once again. The Sea Cows win by a final score of 10-9. Sea Cows improved to 4-10 on the year. Impact falls to 5-8. The starters are the pitchers of record. Rylan Miller is the winner. Brianni Bunsick will take the loss. Grace Rourke with the save. I'll give you the final line here. As the Impact lose yet another high-scoring 1-run game. 10 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors, 8 left for the Sea Cows. 9 runs on 14 hits, an error, and 11 runners left for the Impact. That concludes this broadcast. We'll be back with our 3rd game of the day here on Field 2 in approximately 30 minutes. That'll be the Swashbucklers and the Skeeters. Until then, I'm Tom Canterbury. Thanks so much for joining us. Good afternoon from Bradenton.